Guys, I'm upset and disappointed. That's why we're not doing our normal intro today. Blizzard, for Phase 3 launch this hot, has made a few what I think are catastrophic errors to the game, some very terrible judgments, and it just has me sad for the Phase 3 of Season of Discovery, because some of the most iconic 5-man dungeons that people remember fondly are in here, and some really awesome content that, is just really fun to do, but they completely, utterly obliterated it by releasing Nightmare Incursions in the state that they were in. And luckily, they gave us some awesome hotfixes coming soon, and that's what today's video is going to be about. So I'm not even going to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm just going to go right into the patch notes. So without further ado, here we go. So we are over here at the patch notes, and it says, we hope everyone's enjoying Nightmare Incursions. We wanted to give you an explanation for this adjustment. We always intended Nightmare Incursions to be a very valuable source of experience, but we didn't intend for it to be so much better in forms of gaining experience from level 40 to 50, and we have become concerned Nightmare Incursions might overshadow everything else in the game, so we're making an adjustment Monday to increase the magnitude of Discoverer's Delight. So we're still working through the percentage, but we will adjust. We're likely going to increase the 40 to 49 50 experience buff from all sources to 75%, and then to offset this, we are reducing the amount of experience gained from Nightmare Incursions. You'll get reduced in pretty much Nightmare Incursions will stay the same because they're reducing it, but they're making the XP gain higher. And so that's kind of the offset that they're doing. So instead of making Nightmare Incursions suck, they're going to be making everything else better, which isn't bad. But they said, we love Nightmare Incursions. We think they're a flavorful, fun addition to SOD, but we totally recognize we run the risk of too much of a good thing becoming stale to players, particularly leveling multiple characters, as they are currently such a strong source of experience. We wanted to let you know this ahead of time, however, so if you're enjoying Nightmare Incursions as is, you can continue as you have been through the rest of the weekend before we offset these XP gains to other things. We want to thank everyone for participating in our SOD experiment. We will go into each next phase with ambitious plans, but sometimes some aspects of the game have rough edges that require us to make adjustments on the fly and correct as is. So, and we can't wait for more of you to get into Sunken Temple this weekend and are eager to share information on Phase 4 with us. So, my biggest things with Phase 3 and how badly they messed this up. Usually I'm a very positive person and I like making positive, helpful content, not covering negative stuff like this, even though it does really well for whatever reason. My biggest concerns is, one, Phase 3 pre-patch even, the dual spec failure. Like, they put it in a neutral PvP location, so on every PvP server it became a massive problem. People were forming raids to try to guard it, layering, whatever. That's a little fun. However, if you're in combat when you did it, you would just lose 50 gold and you wouldn't get your dual spec. Well, you know what they said? That sucks. Like, they did disable the vendor and they moved it to a city, but they just took your 50 gold. You're not getting it back. Then, for Phase 3 launch, we had Nightmare Incursions were BIS Gold, they were BIS XP, and the BIS Gold was insane. You could have farmed your epic mount. People told me they farmed thousands and thousands of gold in the comments on the Nightmare Incursion video, in Twitch chat. Like, they were saying, hey, why aren't you doing this? You should go do it. Personally, to me, I had a great time leveling in Oldemon, doing duo. I was fine, but having something be so game-breakingly BIS, and even more regards to that, you can even level all 3 gathering professions in there too. So, like, it is BIS to literally sit in Nightmare Incursions for 8 hours a day for every character that you want to do it on. So you just have to just blast them, and I know that, yes, you don't have to do it, but there's a huge amount of FOMO here in Season of Discovery, and a huge obsession in Classic to do what's best, to be BIS. Otherwise, you get made fun of and people call you an idiot for doing anything that's not better. Whatever's most gold per hour, whatever's most EXP per hour, it has been min-maxed so hard that people play the game that way to an extreme degree. And so when you introduce something new, and I liked Nightmare Incursions. I thought it was super cool to actually make use of those portals to run through them and then see an Emerald Dream. And they even used the unused Emerald Dream assets from original Vanilla WoW, which I thought was really awesome, you know, actually taking new things and putting them in there to discover whether or not, yes, I do realize the zones are exactly the same, it's just an overlay and the mobs are different, but it's still really awesome to experience that type of, you know, change in classic WoW. But the problem is you made it so good, and you're not the people that didn't go day one and didn't get thousands of gold really feel left out. It inflates the economy so bad. People are posting direct examples of like the cost of stuff going up almost 50 silver to a gold per. Like with Mithril Ore, I saw an example. Some dude said it was 20 silver before the launch. Now it's 75 like per ore. So just those changes impact it. And when thousands of people farm thousands of gold, it is a real bummer for anyone who didn't, one, do this, or two, go into it. So I think Blizzard should either completely revert it, let everyone just free for all, screw it, everyone can have as much gold as they want and can buy everything they're ever going to need, or you take away the gold from the people who did it there because it was unintended, it was a mistake. I understand those things happen. I understand SOD. I understand, you know, I can give the devs some leeway, but I also want to be completely honest with myself and the devs. Like, they messed up terribly, and it's going to cost the game severely, and I don't like that. I hate that. And then, not even to mention Sunken Temple, my god, the mobs in there, HP was so high, they were higher than Black Temple mobs. At level 50, we should not be fighting Black Temple trash and mobs. Like, that is a whole nother expansion away. Like, I hope they just say, yeah, it was a troll, just so people wouldn't rush to 50 and kill the boss in a certain amount of time. Like, that's what I hope they say. That would be an honest, fair answer, and it'd be kind of funny. But having to, like, no average guild is going to be able to kill that. The Nota players are some of the best players in the world, and they finally got it down after they nerfed it by 25%. And they're still the only ones, from what I have seen at the time of recording this a day later, that have killed it. So it is just, I don't know what they're doing, man. They have such a beautiful thing. The sub numbers are at an all-time high, and I don't think it's because of retail at all. Like, it's mind-baffling to me to, like, risk it all on so many mess-ups. Like, I understand that there's no PBE, there's no way to test it, but, like, I don't know, play the game. Like, if you played the game, you would see how, like, the difference between the devs and the players is at an all-time high. It really feels like that. And I hate saying that because I love the devs. I love how communicated they are. And I'll give them props on fixing these mistakes rapid. But it feels like they're rushing the phases so fast, or they are, like, they're just not thinking everything through. And I don't know how big their team is. I want to give them as much praise and leeway as possible. But at the end of the day, I also got to be critical of the game I love and what I would like to see better. And I hope some of you guys agree with these points. I'm kind of on our tangent here. I don't really like doing content like this because it's so negative and I hate bashing the game I love. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, because this is such a mess, and I truly hope it gets better before everyone quits the game. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.